Listen to this episode if you are trying to gain visibility in your product based business, but it actually feels like the bane of your existence. This is what we're going to talk about today. It's been a very hot topic these last couple of weeks with some of my clients in my programs, in my DMs, and I think it's all centered around the algorithm on Instagram not really being at the tip top shape right now. So, we're going to talk about this. As you guys know, I lead with strategy. I don't lead with algorithm hacks because marketing is so much bigger than just social media. So if you were hoping that I was going to sit here and tell you to post 5-second videos with a trending audio, that is not what this video is going to be about. This is going to look at a much deeper form of marketing and how you need to algorithm proof your business. That's what we're going to talk about today. This question was actually submitted by one of my listeners. It was submitted by Cole. They said, I have a brand with a few products and I know I can get it in front of people. It will convert. I know if I get it in front of people, it will convert, but my reels are doing so poorly recently. So my sales are really struggling. Can you help me get more visibility? Cole submitted this through my completely free private podcast community that you can join as well. Basically, it's a space where you can connect with me, you can connect with other business owners, you can ask me questions to be answered on the podcast, as well as you gain some extra support. We do free live coaching calls every once in a while in there. I share resources and we really have a lovely community. If you love this podcast and you're always looking for other small business owner friends, you can click the link in the show notes and join there. Let's talk about this. Cole, I want to answer your questions. First things first, I just want to say hello. My name is Madison Page. I am a business growth specialist and the host of the Small Business Growth Podcast, and I help turn small businesses into brands that last, that build, that scale, and that build freedom in your life. The major piece here is organic reels cannot be your only form of visibility. And they aren't your only form of visibility. Getting views, going viral, that is not the only form of brand awareness in your brand right now. It is not the only form of visibility or growth that you can see. Content is really just one form of marketing. I talk a lot about content and social media because I find it to be the best place to grow a product-based business. It is free. It's like always at your fingertips. So many people are already active there, and it's something that you can forever build. Plus, 72% of consumers are looking at your social media prior to buying from you. So it's a huge first impression of your brand. It's a huge representation of your brand. And in 2025, it really is necessary in order to grow on social media. However, this is not the only form of visibility. Actually, visibility is one of the easiest other things for you to go get outside of Reels. If you are just dependent on Reels, you basically are just a slave to the algorithm. And so the question that Cole said is that, I know when I get my products in front of somebody, they're going to buy it, they're going to love it, and they're going to stick around, but my Reels are doing so poorly that my sales are kind of tanking. What my brain is saying is it's saying ding, ding, ding. To me, this tells me that if your sales are declining, it tells me that you probably don't have great community building strategies in place to get these people coming back, buying from you over and over again, and having a really high customer return rate. But it also tells me that your sales are dependent on only getting new customers coming in. So first things first is we do have to make sure that you are taking time to really build the community. And when they do buy it from you, can we get them to buy again and again and again? Now, I know you said that if you can get it in front of people, they will convert into sales. This might tell me that you are going to markets. Now, there is a very low conversion rate from somebody at a market to actually buy from you on your website. So I really don't actually like markets as a top of funnel or a visibility strategy for your business because it has such a low conversion rate. There's a lot of other things that you can do. A lot of those people are not actually going to go through your website and continue to be long-term buyers. Now, the easiest way to build consistent sales is to consistently build long-term customers that have to buy from you month over month or quarterly, whatever that kind of looks like for your product. But you need to have one form of marketing that is always bringing new people in despite what's going on behind the scenes. Always bringing new people in despite if you're posting on social media or not, despite if the algorithm is bad, despite if your social media gets shut down. And this can be a variety of things, but your visibility doesn't just have to be organic content. And so these are all things that we work with our clients to do that is different than Instagram. And I just want to say, as I'm recording this, it is May 23rd, the day that I'm recording this, and the Instagram algorithm isn't great. I'm going to say that. I'm going to be very blatant. I'm going to be very honest. I've already said I don't like to blame algorithms, literally ever. It is something I don't like to do because it's completely out of your control and it doesn't pay to pay attention to it, because you have to be aware of it. You have to know what's working. You have to use it as kind of like a little extra boost, but that's all that it is. It can't be the entirety of your strategy, because it's completely out of your control. We need to be able to find a level of visibility that is within our control. We need to be able to allow for our business, our growth, our new customers to come from something that we can control. And that is what we're talking about here. The amount of reach that you have, you can only control so much. So if we're seeing at some point, sometimes you do have an Instagram profile that is your top of funnel that you are getting a lot of organic reach on. I have some clients that use TikTok as their top of funnel, their visibility, their brand awareness, but they're always funneling people over to their Instagram, and their Instagram is actually where they buy from you. So you can have multiple channels. You can have people find you in a lot of different ways. For me, my visibility and my brand awareness most of the time is my podcast. A lot of people come in finding my podcast first, which means my social media is not a top of funnel strategy for me. So everybody, every brand, some of my clients have TikTok, some of my clients use Pinterest, some of my clients use a podcast, whatever that may be. We all have different strategies, but you also can have visibility off of social media. It doesn't have to be a social media platform. You can use collaborations, you can use influencer marketing, you can use PR, you can use ads, you can use a referral program. You also can use another social media platform. So Cole, to answer your question of just like you're really struggling to make more sales, can you help me get more visibility? My question for you would be, I want to look at your product. I want to look at your consumer, and I want to identify where is your consumer living. So much of business growth is really understanding, where does your consumer live? Where do they consume information? And I don't mean live like physically. I mean, where are they spending their time? Are they on Pinterest? Are they reading magazines? Are they on Vogue? Who are they following on Instagram? Like, what are they already doing? And how can we get your brand there? How can we try to strategically place your company, your brand name, more details about you in those places? Yes, this might still go back to social media. Like if you are doing an influencer campaign, working with a bunch of different influencers, it still is going to happen on social media, but that doesn't mean that you are at the will of the algorithm, because those people are still going to post. It's you get to control it. You get to control, how many people am I sending this out to? How many posts is it going to be making? And hopefully, looking at their audience, you have a general guideline of how many people are going to see it. So kind of going down this list a little bit slower, a collaboration is a great way to do it. Looking at other businesses, looking at other creators, looking at other people that have similar audiences to you. Who can you collaborate with that your audience is also already following? This is actually something I am seeing being a major trend right now in the industry. We are seeing many brands collaborating with other brands to have either like a scent of their product be based on another brand, or they have a bundle of two different brands' products in one and both brands are selling it. Why they're doing that probably is because social media is like, the algorithm isn't great. Influencer marketing in certain capacities has changed quite a bit, so that might be lowering the ROI of some things. And so the next thing that a lot of people are doing is, let me find other businesses that do what I do, that have a similar, not even creates the same product, but has a similar audience, and how can I collaborate with them? And the next one is influencer marketing. Influencer marketing has changed a ton in the last 5 years. And so you kind of have to understand what is working in the influencer world, but it doesn't have to be something that you have thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of influencer budget in order to utilize. You can utilize influencer marketing. It's a great way to do it, and it absolutely still is providing ROI for small businesses. You also can do PR, which PR can mean a variety of things. It can mean being listed in a gift guide, in a magazine, in an article. It also can be getting on people's podcasts. Like, it really is more of this public relations. How can you be utilized in the media, and how can you put yourself in the media in different areas? You also can run ads, awareness ads that allow for people to just find you in that sense. Now, I wouldn't recommend running ads unless you know your organic marketing does work already. This is something that you need to have organic marketing work first, and then you can run ads. You also can have a referral program, because again, if you have customers, if you have a loyal customer, they can come back and really get them going from there, as well as you can try to see what are other social media platforms. Some of my clients, their audience is absolutely on Pinterest. Okay, how can we build out a really simple Pinterest strategy that is going to work really well for you, bring it you top of funnel, and then direct people back to your Instagram? Something that I want to say is that all marketing channels don't just lead to sales. Like, some marketing is just top of funnel. Some marketing, it's called tofu, bofu, and mofu, which is kind of silly, but it's top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel, and that is the buying cycle. So some of your marketing is just for top of funnel. Some of your marketing is just to nurture, and some of your marketing is to sell, and these strategies are all different. Like, I'm not going to tell you that your top of funnel marketing should be emails, because emails is traditionally bottom of funnel. So you have to understand, within a marketing strategy, there's a lot going on. I want you to think about, like, visibility, thinking about on TikTok. Like, for me, you have basically like one or two brands at a time that you're just getting like absolutely pumped with their ads. For me, it's like the Cakes little nipple covers. I get those dang ads all day long. And honestly, I'm surprised I haven't bought them yet. And I haven't, but I probably will, because I literally see them all day, every day. They pop up all the time. Why? Is because they are doing a brand awareness or a visibility campaign where they are utilizing influencer marketing literally everywhere. They're using TikTok Shop to then pay to send people free cakes to then make more videos on. They also are utilizing TikTok ads, so they know that people on TikTok are getting inundated with their brand, with their product, and knowing like exactly who they are. They are in a major brand awareness stage in their brand right now to try to expand, gain a lot of market share, and really get people to understand who they are. So Cole, to answer your question directly, I have a brand with a few products, and I know if I can get it in front of people, it will convert, but my reels are doing so poorly recently, so my sales are slightly struggling. Can you help me get more visibility? There's a couple of layers to this question. First, you can't just depend on social media for your visibility. There's a lot of other ways that you can find visibility out there, and we've kind of listed those. The next one is you say, I know if I get it in front of people, it will convert. A question that I have in my mind from that is, are you talking about at markets? Because this answer could look very different if you're bringing it to markets and it's converting, but your social media in general is just not converting. That tells me you have a social media marketing problem as well, that we really need to talk about that, as well as how often are your customers rebuying? Because the easiest way to build consistent sales is to build a ride or die community that's obsessed with your product, obsessed with your brand, and is rebuying all the time. This is called customer lifetime value. How much can we build that customer lifetime value within your brand? This tells me we might need more, like, after they purchase, how can we warm them up? How can we get them to want to buy a second time? How can we kind of keep on retargeting them to get them becoming more of a recurring customer here? So when you say, can I help you get more visibility? Yeah, absolutely. But a lot of times people almost hide under the guise of needing visibility being their problem, when more eyes isn't always your problem, which is what I want to bring to this conversation. A lot of times it's not a more eyes problem. It's a optimization. There's a lot of things that we can do to actually optimize your current community, but it also can come to a point where you have absolutely maxed out the community that you have and you do need to grow, which in that case goes back to that list of there are so many other ways for you to get brand visibility. If you want me to answer your next question on my podcast, make sure that you click the link, join our Slack channel. It's a completely free community where people just get to connect. You get to get bonus support. If you love my podcast, I dive deep into some bonus support inside of this community. We are constantly in there chit-chatting, talking about every episode, diving deeper into every episode, as well as that is where you can submit your questions to be answered by me on the podcast, I would absolutely love to connect with you in that capacity. I hope this was helpful for you, Cole. I hope this was helpful for you as well. As always, if you have any questions, my DMs are open. Come follow me on Instagram at This Is Madison Page. Would love to chit chat with you there. I hope you have a wonderful day. I love you. I'm rooting for you. I'm in your corner always. I will see you in the next episode.